with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, there you have it, folks. The stage is set, and GNCC is about to resume here in the beautiful Seneca Highlands of Odessa, New York. As we look out over this field of riders and contingents today, some 200 plus strong, 257. And of course, time to meet our premier classes in this 11 o'clock scheduled race. Starting off first with our WXC class, the women of cross country, rolling to the line today in accordance of points through the first 6 rounds of racing. And first in points, as we roll into round number 7, this Dunlop Tomahawk GNCC. Riding aboard the number 715 from Shamokin, Pennsylvania, GBC Motorsports Flying Yamaha Bax Racing Pickens. Number 475 rolling to the line second today from Green, New York on a Spider Graphics GBC Motorsports Moose Racing Honda, Caitlin Osborne. To the line third, a former WMX champion 3 times over. Now the GNCC on the number 219 from Marion, Ohio, SBR LSO4 Hauserback, Megan Shepard. And a former champion of this championship aboard the 411 from Muncie, Pennsylvania, the old Cycle Barn Maxxis Fly Racing Yamaha, Alicia McCormick. Rolling to the line 5th today aboard the 718 from Saylorsburg, PA on an Elka Yield Cycle Barn Maxxis backed Honda, Hannah Hunter. 6th in points, rolling aboard the number 228 machine. Hailing out of Monterey, Tennessee, Yamaha rider Jada Phillips. 7th in points aboard the number 716. 614, I'm sorry, in 7th place position on those points is out of South Salem, Ohio, Pierce Performance 560 Graphics back, Sadie Grell. The 723, former GNCC WXC champ on an Axis Texera Tech Pirate MX backed Honda from Stonesboro, PA, Angel Knox. And the number 721, Windsor, New York, Kara Short. Also riding aboard the number 471 from Newfield, New York on a Fresh Threads backed Honda ride, Abby Troy. And the 481 here with us from Montour Falls, New York on a DMR Duke Motors Racing Honda, Becky Wheeler. That is your starting lineup for the WXC. Now turning our attention to the front row in our premier 4x4 Pro class. And rolling to the line first today after 6 rounds of racing. First in points, riding aboard the number 2 from Glenville, Pennsylvania, Can-Am Over Tires, 3C Racing back, Landon Wolf. The number 203 from Clayton, Georgia on a Can-Am CST Tires, Tire Spine back, Can-Am Dwight Pollard. The number 602, hailing from Bakersfield, North Carolina on the Can-Am BRP, Strons Power Sports, Lucas Oil, Can-Am Jordan Phillips. The number 4 machine rolling to the line next from Conneautville, Pennsylvania on a B&R Motorsports, Can-Am GBC Tires back machine of Robert Smith. 5th in points. Rolling aboard the number 327 from Chatsford, Pennsylvania on a DeRisi Racing Can-Am Tire Spine, Can-Am Robbie Picco-Rory. He's 6th in points, riding aboard the number 5 from Princeton, West Virginia on a Can-Am pack, Can-Am Tanner Bowles. The number 208 from Salisbury, North Carolina on a Phoenix Racing backed machine, Hayden Mickelson. In 8th place aboard the 727 from Fairmont, West Virginia on board the Can-Am Justin Billy Goat Wood. And that, ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for this 4x4 Pro class and your WXC class as our riders. Old Billy Goat makes his way down to the starting line right now to find that final position on the starting line here this morning as we are rolling into a big and monumental day, the halfway point of 2019, round 7 of 13, my friends. You don't get any more halfway than what we are right now. And at this halfway juncture, so much up in the air, and still championships to be won, lost, gained, and earned right here today. So we'll see whether or not this is one of the pinnacle points of 2019. I have the feel that it most certainly will be just exactly that. It's all attention now turning up to that first turn where Ricky Towery, we await him to find his position out there and begin the orchestra of starts. He steps up to the podium and informs these riders 1 minute. Just 1 minute to go before the start of this 10 o'clock race as the hearts begin to pound. Some 260 ATV pilots ready to tackle the Seneca Highlands of New York as we welcome our friends from New York Off-Road Association, NIOA, as they are now known here in the great state of New York and co-sanctioned with us here. And the blue flag is out, so we shut them down, guys. We shut them down, and we turn our attention up to Ricky Towery right now as he gets us set and he gets us ready to go. And he informs these riders it's about time to get a rocket here in New York as he lets row number 1, these 4x4 Pro, know it's time to roll in a matter of 10 seconds for the 4x4 Pro here at the Dunlop Tomahawk GNCC. Around that first turn, it's the number 2 LW Landon Wolf on that Can-Am, grabbing the early lead. And now to row 2, the WXC ready to go again. As we turn our attention back up toward Rick Towery now. Less than 10 seconds to go as these riders wait for that right there, the green flag to wave. And who's going to grab the early lead in this one? It is, whoa, the number 4. Actually, that's the 219, Megan Shepard. Shepard out of Marion, Ohio on an SBR LS4 Hauser Racing machine. She is 4th in the WXC class from last year and now leading this race here in New York. Less than 10 to go for the Super Senior 45-plus class. Aaron Delancey, Michael Relia, Curtis Crump, Scott Barrett, James Wilson, and Matthew Baker. Folks, I tell you, as little as 30 seconds in between some of these split rows out here. 3:32. Michael Relia from High Springs, Florida on a Merrill Lynch Steel Horse Ranch Racing back. Right, we got the Schoolboy Senior coming up next. 10 seconds. Trey Seifert, Luke Wilson, Hayden Hunter, Dustin Sportwood, Keaton Henderson, Jonathan Henry, Brandon Ryan, Cam Gray, Lane McCormick, Chance Hickey, Tyler Valentine, Colin Markowski, Ryan Mason, Benjamin Corbett, Colton Buck, Blaze Valensky, James Galata, Ryan Clark, Jonathan Gregory, Maxim Kudgerin, and Hunter Super, and that's not real sure. I couldn't quite catch that number as we go next to the 4x4A in 10 seconds. John Rogers, Eric Holofield, and Robert Parker rolling now. See if we can grab that early leaders number now. And it is the 900 of Robert Parker from Dunn, North Carolina on a Vera Waiters Performance East Mr. RPM back machine. Masters 50 ready to roll next. Kenny Hawkins, Michael Tarango, Homie G, Greg Fruchtel, Robert Novak, Eddie Berg, Bogus, also Bruce Miller, Timothy Schofield, Wayne Schneider, Gary Chamberlain, Bill Jari. Also, looks like Michael Tarango getting the early lead in this one out of Plantation, Florida. Got Wayne Edwards, William Bellows, and also David Terwilliger out there as well. Ricky says 10 seconds for our next class. Coming up, the 4x4 senior 40-plus class. Dustin Carnes, Christopher Riggin, John Glottis Sr., and Brian Keene. And who do we got here? 5:28, it says on the machine. That is Brian Keene from Kalamazoo, Michigan on a DeRisi Racing Tire Spine Sasquatch Racing Machine. 4x4B coming up next. Less than 10 seconds to go for Benjamin Schleichelistic. Kagan Martin, also Jacob Carpenter, Mike Golodzik, Michael Callahan, Mike Seegers, Brian Russell, Tanner Fowler, and Chris Fletcher. And your early leader, 3:28, is that of Jacob Carpenter from Howell, Michigan on STM Power Sports Maxxis Tires Checo Racing Machine. Sportsman AB coming up next. We'll see if we can catch Ricky's call. 10 seconds. Finally, Christopher Kirby, also Joshua Lynn, Colin English, Matt Brandall, Steve Stroop, also James Eckert, Frank Ho, or Huff, I guess that is, John Eckert, Brandon Young, Cole Williamson, Stephen Swinky, Lyle Morrison, Joe Borich, Ryan Bobus, Brandon Hess, and Steven Straka. And it's 4:83, Frank Huff out of Boutville, New York on a Kenda Tires Hurley Motorsports and Family Bag Machine. Silver Masters 55-plus class coming up next. 10 seconds for Jim Van Lukey, Kenny Rich, also John Ellison, Michael Ferguson, and Dave Stratton. Silver Masters 55-plus class. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 2:23, that is Jim Van Lukey from Ashtabula, Ohio. Sport 15-plus class, Drew Blackley, Logan Mann, Ryan Tamala, and Walt Schumacher. 10 seconds. Sport 15-plus class off and rolling now. Is that Walt Schumacher out there? I believe so. Go get him! Walter Schumacher from West Mansfield, Ohio. AOMC Wrath Racing GBC Motorsports Bag Machine. 4x4C coming up next in 10 seconds. Edward Markowski, Jacob Gano, Chris Cole, Erica Fisher, Josh Williams, Ricky Kenny, Dave Hollenbeck, Kyle Holler, Kevin Johnson, Michael Linsalato, Frank White, and Daniel Moore. Rounding turn one, and at the whole shot stripe, it is the 6:01. Daniel Moore from Taneytown, Maryland on a DJR. That's David Jesse Racing, Kenda Tires Custom Axis Shocks Back Machine. 16-18 novice Daniel Giddy, also Sam Ice and Donnie Abrams, Caden Hanville. Less than 10 to go. Colin Teresa, James Hoover, Daniel Resnick, Cole, Zachary Cole, Dylan Madigan, Justin McKenzie, Caitlin Brief, Adam Rosenkrantz, Taylor Wade, Sean Deere, Stanley Johnson, Caitlin Clark, James Krett, Jacob Bogmont Garner, and Benjamin Matthews. Might have been the 427. That was Justin McKee on LaDon Racing Machine. Not real sure. They threaded some needles there. 10 seconds. 40-plus novice for Anthony Stockdale, Russell Fry, Dominic Minichi, Damon Harlows, also Tim Davis, Mitchell Cohen, Steve Mason, Brian McCula, Kevin Sims, Richie McCauley, Bobby McCauley, Jimmy Ison, Steve Kiggins, Mark Harrop, Don Partridge, Mike Matusik, and Scott Connors. 252. Anthony Stockdale from Waynesburg, PA, on a Jim's Racing, Inca Dixon Tattoo Studio, Hoy's Construction Machine. We got the women's class coming up next. Carly Martin, Emily Latimer, Amy Dunlap. 10 seconds. Ashley Sharp, Brianna Weiland, also Ashley Frisbee, Gabrielle Limley, Morgan Downing, Ashley Belwowski, Sydney Sams, Abigail Swartwood, Marty Lance, Shelby Bruce, Lindsay McNamee, Sheena Williams, Jessica Elioff, Michaela Hayes, Alexandria Streeter, Raleigh Gurgis. 494 out front, Jessica Elioff out of Valley City, Ohio, on a BNR TDR HMF machine. Other riders include Riley Gurgis, Kelly Mundy, Claire Wilkin, and Paige Berryman in that women's class. 4x4 lights class. 10 seconds. Levi Say, Trevor Payne, and also Ronald Farndell. Levi, it's two E's, so it's a Levi Say. Levi. Did he get the lead? Let's see. Put an awful lot of effort into that name. Nope. I believe that might have been Farndell got the lead in that one. All right, Schoolboy Junior. 10 seconds. Portia Bennett, Dominic Stevens, Grant Stanford, also Xander Sterling, Jessica Carnes, Kylie Arnold, Damian Keister, Aiden Roman, Mark Seidel, Kayla Seidel, Ashton Poland, Ben Jacobs, Dylan Anderson, Gavin Corey, Michael Elia, and Ariel Higley. That's your Schoolboy Junior class, and that is 801 Ben Jacobs out of Kanagahwa, New York. Golden Masters coming up next. 10 seconds. Mark Thomas, Tom Vasco, and the 82-year Jake Stratton out there with us. That's right, you heard me, 82 years old. Jake Stratton getting the whole shot. Everyone else is 22 years younger than him that's on that starting line, and he is out front on that big yellow machine right now, that big Can-Am. XS Motorsports backed ride. Man, I'm just blown away. Guy is my hero. 82 years old. 24-plus novice. Chris Leake, Dylan Perry, Mark Delano, Sean Newhouse, Corey McNutt, Jordan Riff, also Frederick Carter, Peter Burnett, Nicholas Rizzuto, Adam Earl, Ethan Hott, Travis Eisen, and Tyler Morris. Look at this, all in black. The 507 of Ethan Hott from South Salem, Ohio. Wow, I love that look. 30-plus novice class, Kevin Simons, Jeffrey Bourdreau, Ben Dunlap, also Brandon Hosefield, Chad Hosefield, Sean Cosgrove, John Rapito, Doug Ryan, Bill Bellows, Darren Berlin, and Britton Snyder. 10 seconds for the 30-plus novice. And let's see, I might have said Simmons. I believe that's Kevin Simons, not Simmons, by the way. Head down, charging hard, first turn, rounding that one on two wheels. Side-by-side drag race, and it is going to be the 458 of Sean Cosgrove from Campbell, New York. Aboard is Honda, grabbing the early lead as we move to the 35-plus novice. David Childers, Frederick Radke, Aaron Drum, Ivo Pahelek, Andy Mitterling, and Adam Wells. 10 seconds. All right, who do you think's got the lead? I'm going to say it is number 200 or number 290. David Childers from Lebanon, Tennessee on the Yamaha, grabbing the early lead. 19 novice class ready to roll next. 10 seconds. Cody Elder, Luke Matusik, Zach McIntyre, Cody Marvin, Joshua Davidson, William Brown, Eric Tennant, Dustin Zimmer, Justin Fisk, Zachary DeNoble, Austin Decker, also Justin Riker, Zachary Evans, Derek Buckley, Preston Harrington, Dane Sterling, Daryl Raymond, Jason Rude, Brian Holloway, Justin Bailey, Nathan Greeno, and Scott Winters. And at the stripe, 435. Derek Buckley out of Bath, New York, on board that Honda. Trail riders coming up next. We got 10 seconds with Justin Charleston, Marcus Peluso, Zach Gross, Dylan Noble, Josh Todd, Mark Ballinger, Scott the Genkars, Dale Yammer, also Ryan Lasher, Jay Callahan, Kyle Warden, Robert Stevens, and Austin Bellinger. That's your trail rider, 16 plus. $3.99, Josh Todd out of Lansing, New York, grabbing the early lead in this one. Well, that's going to wrap up our starts here this morning. Of course, setting the stage for a big one. Some 260 riders on the racetrack. Rain in the last few days. Things are starting to dry up. Track really starting to tack up and be nice. Now the big question is, what's going to happen the rest of this day? Who's going to take the win in this one? These 4x4 pros have got a major battle going on, as do the WXC and many others out there. And we're looking forward to even greater battles coming up this afternoon at the 2 o'clock start. So for those of you on RacerTV.com, be sure to tune back about 2 o'clock. And for those of you here trackside, stick around. Mikey Wayne's coming up next.